welcome back to my channel if you're returning. If you're new here, my name is Tori, and the final player in the 2025 lineup has entered the villa after being stuck in Denver, Colorado for some amount of time. And then I was promptly gaslit by UPS because my tracking still says it's in Denver, but it's not, obviously. So anyways, this is what I'm going to be using for 2025 for my weekly, like, memory keeping. They give you some free tabs with your purchase. A dark plum color, it looks like it's called Wild Orchid, and Riviere for a darker blue. They even give you like a ruler to help you line them up. And this is the weekly planner from Hemlock and Oak. And I got the, oh, I can't remember the name of it. Fudge. I'm not sure. I'll put it on the screen. But basically, this is their first year doing, like, a paper cover option. Normally, they come in hardcover. And that was kind of my concern about this one, because we can all see how the Hobonichi Hone has been faring for me. She's a little scary looking. So I was a little worried about another hardcover weekly, but they actually, as soon as they announced their 2025 lineup, I pretty much got on and pre-ordered back, I think, in August or September, and I'm just now receiving it. So this is what the Hemlock and Oak 2025 weekly looks like. I am so freaking excited to get started in this. I'm gonna actually have another video of like a setup and all that jazz, but I just wanted to introduce her to you. She's beautiful. I'm sure I will ruin her with time, but the reason I selected this as my weekly over the Hobonichi, again, I've done 2 years in the Hobonichi, but I wanted to get a little bit more aligned with like a goal setting system, and I like the thought process of the Moxie Life goal planning system, but I personally do not find their planners like my cup of tea, and I don't like the journals that they have. So I kind of just use their free resources because I mean, there's some stuff that I do like on their website, but it's just not at a price point for what it is that I would purchase it for. I don't know. I mean, granted, this is not me saying I don't think their stuff is good, because I do, but nothing about any of their products really like reels me in and hooks me, if that makes sense. But I do like the system overall in the way that they think about goal planning. So that was kind of what I was trying to do in my Hobonichi weeks for this year. So I was trying to use this for goal planning as well as like mental health reflections. And it's been a struggle to stay in this because that's a piece of my poor little cork is just falling all over the place. But anyways, it just didn't make sense to me to have my goals in here when I couldn't really see a visual of how they were being accomplished. And I felt like the goals and my weekly spread made more sense together. And then this portion of like, so what I was doing in the monthlies, so I was keeping a mood log here. The monthlies, I was doing like one good thing as well as a monthly reflection. And then in the weeklies, I was kind of doing like a micro journaling of the day, and trying to track habits, trying to reflect on my week in a mental health context, but they just don't match up for me. So I've explained it before, but essentially I was feeling very disjointed in how my system was working. So for like these two, it was like journaling and weekly memory keeping. And then this was like mental health reflections and goal keeping. And I felt like the mental health reflections and the journaling should go together. And the goal keeping and the weekly memory keeping should go together. So that translates into the Hemlock and Oak 2025 weekly. I just want to show you her in all her beauty. If you've never seen one before, there are tons of flips out there. So, you know, I'm not going to go over in detail everything, but essentially it gives you like a space to really think about what you want to accomplish in the year. So it's more than just a planner, and it's not like, it's like a, I don't know how to explain it. The paper is nice, but it's not Tomoe River paper or anything, but I think it is fountain pen friendly. I'm not sure, but essentially it starts off with like an introduction of how they, you know, suggest you use the planner and the goal setting and everything. But then it gives you a personal values section to kind of think through at the beginning of the year and reflect on yourself and where you want to be at the end of 2025. So it gives you all this area of like setting goals. What is your goal? Why is it important to you and your values? What habits will you need for this journey? Identify 3 steps that kickstart your journey. Brainstorm some markers that will help you measure or identify your progress. Identify meaningful milestones that will help you celebrate the journey. And then when will you review your journey and how often? So if you're familiar with SMART goals, this is kind of what it is in a prettier package, essentially. It asks for you to plan out something specific, measurable, achievable. What does the R stand for? You know, like it's essentially what it is. And it gives you a bunch of pages for that. And then it also gives you a section for the habits you want to establish throughout the year. It gives you, you know, your ideal day kind of thing. Gives you a section for important notes. And then you have your yearly overview, as well as you have like this could be another place where you track habits or kind of review the month, but it gives you a place to review the month. So I'm really going to have to sit down and think about how I want to use each of these sections. And I could have been doing that earlier, but I honestly, I have barely a capacity for 2024 right now. So thinking ahead to 2025 seems a bit extreme in my mental state at the moment. But yeah, I think that would be a cool thing to do, would be to, you know, do a setup video or something of that nature and figure out how I want to use each of these spreads. But like I said, so it gives you an overview of the month, and these are interleaved monthlies. They don't all start at the beginning. You have your January and your February, like your monthlies come with your week. So your January overview asks, what boundaries will you set for yourself this month? List 3 ways that you can carve out time for self-care. What intentions do you have this month? What milestones are you focusing on? What habits do you want to cultivate this month? Are there any barriers? It gives you a monthly habit tracker down here, along with a frequency and a reward tracker. And so then it opens into your monthly. It's a light grid right here. You've got a full sidebar of to-do tasks if you want them. And then it goes into the weekly. And this is very similar to the Hobonichi Cousin. It's just almost like a little bit wider. So that is kind of why I've been accumulating more Planner Kate stickers, because I feel like they're a lot more, I guess, what's the word? Flexible for like, if I wanted to use them in here. I already know how I like to use them in a weekly vertical layout like this. So like, I just felt like the Planner Kate stickers would really work well with this paper as well. Not that it doesn't work well with the Hobonichi paper. This paper is not, like I said, Tomoe River paper, but it is like it's a slick paper. It's not toothy. But I'll figure out more about it once I start writing on it. But every week comes with a focus, intentions, and to do. And because you have your habit tracking in the beginning over here, I'm not sure that I would do weekly tracking, but I've not been very great at monthly tracking in the past. So I'm not sure whether I would want to do a tracker down here. And at the end, so the hours go from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. and the end here is a little heart that you can use as like a gratitude line. That's what it's made for, but it's up to you. So at the end, you give your monthly review of 3 memorable moments, what gave you energy this month, and what drained you. So like you have a plus sign here and a minus sign here for what drained you, and then a lesson, thought, or growth moment from this month. And then it gives you a full sheet of notes, and then it goes into February. And it asks the same questions every month. So unlike the Sprouted Planner where it asks different questions at the end of each month, this one is like really trying to check in with you on your goals and make sure that, you know, you're taking time to do those reflections. And then it goes into the February. So that is kind of the setup for this. And I'm really hoping that it helps me, I don't know, put my head down, keep my eyes up on what I want to focus on for the year. Either way, I'm not going to be like leaving this planner. So this is going to be what I will memory keep in. And it will be kind of how I check in throughout the week, the month, the year, for what I'm trying to accomplish. And then at the very back, you have your year-end review, and it asks you to look ahead into the next year, and then it gives you a couple of notes pages back here. And it's all grid, and it looks like they're numbered to 223 down here. So, yeah, I love the paper. I love, like, the quotations, and Robert Frost is one of my favorite poets, so like, come on, it is just amazing to me. And this like press paper with all the speckles in it, I love that. I love that there are quotations from really powerful women. So you have like Wendy Cope, Michelle Obama, Audre Lorde, let's see, Mae Jemison, Sheila Murray Bethel, Brene Brown. They're all like really like powerful women who have made their mark in the world, like Gloria Steinem. So yeah, I love that aspect of it too. And it's less colorful than a Hobonichi is, but I really purchased this for the goal setting material and like the way that it has things broken up about reflection, the values, all of that, because I really do want to do a better job of trying to accomplish some things in the new year. I'm getting kind of tired of like just going through the motions. So that is going to be the weekly, and I honestly don't know if I'm going to use any tabs. I'm not really a tabs girly, to be honest. Like I don't ever feel like I have a big reason for them because I know where things are. You know, it's not like I would not know. And I don't know. I might not. We'll see. But so that is what we have for our weekly. And since I'm showing you the 2025 lineup, I will also show you what I am going to be using for my journal. So I am going to be using a B6 full year edition paper test designs journal here. I'm already getting stuff on it. But so this is how I'm going to consolidate the mental health reflections as well as journaling And I think this will be better because it's a B6 page, so there's less to cover, and I won't feel so overwhelmed by an A5 on a day when I'm feeling very overwhelmed. It has monthlies in here as well, so I can, you know, kind of use the monthly spread however I see fit. And yeah, I'm sure you've probably seen a Paper Test Designs notebook as well, but it comes with a index page here, a second blank page. It comes with a yearly overview page, another kind of perpetual calendar, another type of index. It breaks them into quarters, and then a different kind of quarter breakdown. So again, I am not sure how I want to use all of these spreads in here because I haven't really contemplated that just yet. Like I said, I'm trying to get through 2024, but I would like to maximize the space and use every bit of it if I can. I just know that I'm really looking forward to utilizing this section for like a quick micro journal of my mental health state for that day, and then utilizing these pages over here for more personal journaling. I'm not sure what I'll use for this section, whether it would be just a review or a place to track habits here, though I feel like Hemlock and Oak gives you ample places for that, so I'm not quite sure. But yeah, these are also interleaved, so the monthlies come right after the weeks, and then it goes through the weeks, and then it goes into a new month. So I honestly think that's going to, well, I hope it will help me get a better idea where I'm at, because I felt like the monthlies in my Hobonichi just weren't being accessed frequently. I mean, I would access them once a week, but I don't know that a monthly calendar is, it is how my brain works, but it isn't at the same time, I guess. I don't know. It feels very overwhelming to look at the month all at once. So I think a weekly is better for me, and a daily is even better, but you know, it's just up to personal preference. I just feel like I get very in my head about a bird's eye view of everything for the month. So when I get overwhelmed, I have to scale it back into the weekly. And then when the weekly overwhelms me, I have to scale it back more into the daily, so I can just focus on one thing at a time, because I am the type who tries to eat the elephant in one bite, and that never works out. And you would think I would learn, but you know. And then back here, so it ends in December, gives you all the way to January 4th, but then you get additional pages. So like all of this is additional note pages. So there's like there's 600, and I did do a pin test already, and I do think I got some of the bad Tomoe River paper because the dot definitely bleeds through. I haven't tried any of my fountain pens on it to see if fountain pen will work, but these were everything that I tried. Definitely some bleeding on some of the gel pens. So it is what it is. I'm not too like precious about any of it, so I don't know. That's just if you're really worried, but it really was just the dot marker and then this Sarasa Dry and Navy that seemed to really stand out to me. The super tip, I kind of expected to do that, but I didn't expect the Sarasa Dry. And I feel like the Sharpie S Gel does it as well. Like it just feels like it's bleeding through at the points where I end my letters. So yeah. But yeah, that is going to be the system for next year. And then we'll have the rings. So I'm really, really excited to get this up and going. But like I said, I really need to sit down and like think about how I'm going to use these planners to the best of their ability in this journal. I am going to be putting this in my Hobonichi cover that I got with the Dalmatian on it, just to use it because it's all freaking adorable. But I'm not sure that I'll put any like stickers on the front of this or anything. I'm not sure. So yeah, that is how we're rocking along. I did, I still have the 2025 weeks that I've got to figure out what the heck I'm going to do with that too. I don't know why, I don't know why I bought one, but there's something about it. It also has me, like, I feel like this little planner has everybody in a chokehold, and I don't know why, but it's just so freaking, I get like cuteness aggression. I just like, oh, I love it. I don't know why, because it's like so not, like, I don't understand. It's so superfluous for like this year, because like this could take care of everything, but then I had to go buy the 2025 weeks. What am I going to do with it? I have no idea. My brain has tossed around the idea of a reading journal, but I don't think it's enough space, and it's not how I normally do my reading logs or anything like that. And I still have a lot of reading journal left to go, unless I magically fill this up, which I could, who knows, but like I have this much paper left, and that's still pretty chunky. So I'm not sure. I mean, I am behind on putting things in this notebook, but I've also purchased some Planner Monkey Co. freely noted and freely planned notebooks and Astrology, and like, I'm hoarding all the notebooks for like the idea that I would use them for a reading journal, but I've never even left that reading journal because I'm trying to fill it up, and I'm like, ma'am, you need to calm down. So, but yeah, if you have anything you would like to talk about in the comments below, feel free to talk at me. Love to talk with y'all. What are you doing for your 2025? Is there anything that you are still waiting on? Because this was my last one. I was waiting on that one, and now I'm ready to go for 2025. And I am delighted that it came before the like absolute overwhelm of the holidays gets here, because I feel like once we hit Thanksgiving, nothing else really counts. Like, I don't know about whatever field you work in, but after the Thanksgiving holiday, December's like a throwaway month. Like, nobody's doing anything, and if we are, we're pretending. So anyways, yeah, if you made it this far, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope you'll consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed, and giving this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.